Hey guys, welcome to episode 21 and also Riyadh's last episode.
Oh, fuck, that was good.
What is it, bro? What is it? What do you have against me, bro?
You just
What do you have
so
against me?
unreliable, bro.
Unreliable.
He's like Rashford at
I'm one of the
training.
busiest blokes
You're
ever.
honestly worse than Rashford at Manchester United.
We just want you to show up.
I just want you out. I'm sorry, bro. I love you to death, but you're out. Welcome back to episode 21. We're with Burks and his feisty camera. That we're gonna.
Are you not going to announce that for the first time in a while, Burks has actually watched a full 90-minute game?
Yeah, go on. No way.
And you
Milestone here.
Give me
and
a
he
clap. Come on.
jinxed yous.
I didn't
He
enforce it.
actually got up and he messaged me as well when he
Yeah.
got up just to make sure.
I
that
messaged
that he
all
knows.
of you. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Straight in the
everyone
chat.
knows that everyone's awake.
Immediately.
You know?
Yeah. Several times.
We've got Riyadh. He's got a big announcement to make. Not he's retiring, but the top 4 charge is on.
As I predicted, what, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, you did. You
on
did say it. You did say it.
Yeah.
You could actually win the title if you win every game and everyone loses every game.
Well, according to who was it, said that
Usain
if we
Bolt.
played like this every
Usain Bolt,
game,
yeah.
The same bolt.
Usain Bolt, there we go.
Yeah. The world's best footballer.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt.
It's a hard charge from 14th to 13th.
Well, they're 13th now, so we're up. We're up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, they're up, not me. And then we got Alpi. He's in a bit of a rough patch at the moment.
Who said?
Well, the results this morning did say that, but we're not going to talk about that.
It's all PGMOL.
He's a bit upset. He's got a lot to say.
Certainly is.
A lot to say. He's very upset. And then we've got Vicky, who takes the draw over the weekend as a loss.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So he's very upset and he's got a lot to
I
say.
mean, if it
as
was
well.
anyone else but Harry Maguire on the end of that cross,
Yeah.
I think
If
that's
it was
a
anyone,
loss.
yeah. Well, speaking about that, let's talk about the Liverpool-Manchester game.
Rhea,
that's-
did you want to...
That's the first game.
Yeah, bro, look, great game. I genuinely didn't think we were going to take anything from this game. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be like a 3-0, 4-0 pumping at Anfield. But hey, man, they surprised me. The tactics, about time he's come through and he's got into the players and they've come out and they've shown, you know, what he's been talking about this last 2 months and bit of character from the players, bit of identity that he's been mentioning, you know, for the past 2 months that he's been at United. But, bro, I'm like, I'll take the draw, but we could have won that game, man.
There's one thing that's got to be said for United's midfield. So you had Fernandes back, you had Mainu, and you had Ugarte from the start. That was going to be an instant improvement on Eriksen and Casemiro. You had legs, you had energy, you had intensity. And I was really interested seeing that lineup. For us, our big physical presence in midfield, Szoboszlai, was missing through illness.
Yeah.
So I knew I was watching the kickoff and I'm like, all right, let's see how United are these first 5 minutes. And they were so intense. They were snapping into tackles. They were pressing like crazy. And I'm like, all right, these guys have turned up to actually play the game. Respect.
No,
Because
you had-
I have not seen that from them before.
Yeah.
You had
Probably
your
this season. Yeah.
that youngster, Curtis Jones. He's taking the piss against every big
know.
team this year.
According to you, the best midfielder in the Prem.
Look, earlier in the Premier League season,
Yeah.
Slot said it doesn't matter what tactics I put out. If you guys aren't fighting for every little, second ball or a challenge, the tactics are, they don't matter at all. So I think not only did Amorim outsmart Slot with certain tactics, like outnumbering our midfield, but also United's intensity overall was much better than Liverpool's. Yep. So a combination of the two meant that, United played a lot better than us. We still obviously had chances as well, but we needed to pick up our game. And we just got played off the park by
Manchester United are the modern day Robin Hood. Steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Not even, bro.
You guys beat City, you drew with Liverpool, and then you lose to everyone else.
Yeah.
Pumped boy right
So
else.
Yeah.
you guys are the poor, I'm assuming? Chelsea and
You drew to
Arsenal?
us as well.
We beat you, love. We beat you
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, you guys beat us.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, you're the Manchester United are the modern day Robin Hood.
Nah, bro, I reckon we've gone through a really rough patch. Probably the roughest patch that we've gone in a long time.
Probably ever.
And everyone, I'm talking about everyone that goes for United or, a United supporter, they always fall in the same trap of let's blame the manager. And it's about time we all wake up and go, it's not the manager's fault.
Well, fuck, bro. The manager just got here. What do you mean you're going to blame him already?
No, I'm
you
not
did blame
blaming
the
him.
manager.
I'm not.
Hey, when he got the boot.
I'm not blaming him.
What's happening right now is the manager's fault.
Hey?
What's happening right now is the manager's fault.
In what sense? What?
Well, no, like it's his fault in the sense of he's trying to put in a new formation, new tactics, and that's on him. I'm not saying the players are good enough, but I'm just saying that the fact that you are now in 13th is because Amorim is playing a new style.
But then...
So it's on him.
He played his game style against Liverpool, and you can see where we're at and like what he's trying to...
No, you guys aren't there. There's no
But
way.
that's the key question. Is it the fact that United played really well, or is it the fact that Liverpool didn't play well, or both?
It's neither of them. It's the fact that United played Liverpool.
Because the occasion.
In the derby,
occasion.
everything goes
Derby,
around.
rivalry,
That's all
you're
it is.
right.
Because you guys will go play Southampton. I think your next Prem game, Southampton, and it'll be the same old shit.
No, they got...
You reckon?
Don't they got... Who they got in the FA Cup this
Arsenal.
week?
I'm saying the next Prem game.
I'm just hoping.
The same old
I'm
shit.
just hoping this is the wake-up call that we were screaming for.
Because
We're
everyone
dying
said
for.
the same thing after you beat City 2-1.
Yeah.
And
but
then what
No,
happens?
but we played City at their worst.
Yeah.
It's not like
But you also
we were,
played-
It's not like we were worlds apart. We played City at their worst. So anyone that played City at the time could have beaten them. But then we played Liverpool at their best, and we were able to win something. Like,
But I think there's
I wouldn't
something
say
to
that
be
was their
said,
best.
like for
That was
derby
their
games,
best.
like teams will always raise their performance in derby
Yeah.
games.
But there was a difference between this game and all the other games that we've played under Amorim.
Yeah, but why?
There was intensity.
Not
Why?
just that.
Just
One,
because it's Liverpool.
obviously, because it's Liverpool, but I feel like he's been criticising them over the last few weeks, like subconsciously, in a way where he's not trying to like have a go at the players, but he's also like hinting like we're not fucking pushing hard enough. There's no aggression. There's nothing that's working for us. So clearly, he's blaming the players and not his tactics.
Well, what about...
That's what I personally believe.
So you reckon they showed up because he's been
Yeah,
hammering them?
Absolutely. And then he's come out after the game and he's gone, this is the most I've been pissed off, because it's like all these times, all these games that we've played against the weaker opposition, and we can't perform, or we haven't been performing like we did against Liverpool.
But yeah, like,
So why haven't we been able to perform like this?
but again, this wasn't Liverpool at their best either. Like you can say they're at their best in terms of where they're at in the season, but that wasn't our best game. I reckon.
So Manchester celebrating a draw. It's like they won the Premier League. By the sounds of it.
It's not celebrating a draw, but it's celebrating getting a result in
one
a
point.
moment of our life, basically, where we've been, in our worst.
Would you consider that progress though? Do you reckon this is actually going to be a stepping stone, or is it going to be the same as
you have to.
City, and then it's just a complete drop off?
Yeah, did you look into the tactics at all?
I did, and
for that game?
and
Did you watch the game?
I did. I watched the game, and
I watched the game.
So
I did. I watch every game, bro.
Just double checking, because I didn't watch the game. So
No,
I
genuinely,
wanna know.
I watch every game. Despite who we're playing, I watch every single game.
what essentially happened is Liverpool, like Gakpo on the left and Salah on the right, what they normally do is they attack the centre-backs, the opposing centre-backs straight away, and try and press them, right? And then our fullbacks follow up by pressing the opposition's fullbacks as well. What happened, though, is Amorim must have told Diallo and Fernandes, hey, you guys stay high and wide. You actually pin Liverpool's fullbacks. So your wing-backs were free. Whether that's Onana played them over the top first time as our wingers are pressing their centre-backs, or indirectly through a 1-2. So your fullbacks, like, were just charging, and that's when, like, you were particularly targeting Trent's side. We know why.
Yeah.
50+% of your attacks came down that side, and he was overloaded. So not only did he not play well overall, but he had overloads happening on his side all the time. He didn't know who to pick up, where to be, lacked the intensity that he normally does, both offensively and defensively, and he was just all at sea. So a lot of the problems were coming straight down this side.
I want to speak about that. There are a lot of memes, a lot of talk about Trent being a witch's hat. I did see a bit of footage after watching the game, but I had to, obviously get clips of him pretty much looking like a bot. Is he already gone in his head?
No.
Is the question.
No.
Is he clicked out already, or does he have a chance to turn this around and bring home the Premier League?
What I will say, though, if this doesn't get resolved relatively quickly, it has the potential to turn quite toxic. Because fans are already very irate with that performance, and that has a chance to continue. So I think Trent will actually play tomorrow morning against Tottenham. He can't afford to have another bad game because Bradley's semi-ready now, and I think if he has a bad game, I don't think he starts at Forest personally.
Fuck, that is it. If he doesn't start, that's
because he's got to show an improvement. That was shocking. I've never seen Van Dijk that angry in my life.
But in a way, bro, like, you know, we're talking about tactics and stuff. At what stage did Salah help him out?
But that's the thing. You want Salah as close, considering his stats this season, you want Salah as close to the goal as possible.
You don't want him to come back.
You don't want him, at his age, you don't want him doing doggies up and down.
I get that. And it's obviously favoured you guys throughout the whole season, and that's why you guys are successful, you know? But in a game where it's on the line, and clearly United have figured you out, and you know we're targeting that side, I'd be fucking furious, more so on Salah than I'd be with Trent.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. So our two solutions to that problem, and it is a problem, is number one, Szoboszlai, who runs all game, and he has the lungs to press like 2-3 players at once. Like, that's how much we value him athletically.
I didn't think your midfield played
so he was
bad,
ill. So he was gone. Curtis Jones is not that guy. He's not that agile. He's not that physical. He's not that athletic. Number two, so if Szoboszlai is not around, we have a fully fit Konate to cover that space, who's usually brilliant in one-on-ones and he's very athletic. Now, he's recently come off a knee injury, and let's be honest, he shouldn't have played a game for that long. He's not fit enough, match fit enough. So we've lost two people that usually do cover Trent when he goes and pushes up. So the onus this time around was on Trent to take a little bit more responsibility and, you know, do the tracking. Yeah. Salah's not going to do it because we want Salah close to goal, understandably so. You know, for like Salah we could have been 2-0 up when McAllister got played through, or 2-1 with that ball. That was all Salah. If he's further back, he doesn't get to make that pass.
I get it.
So we were banking on Trent being a little bit sharper maybe, because like for that first goal, looking at Fernandes just walk past him, that's unforgivable. In such a big game in a title race, you cannot do that.
Delot, they basically were schooling with him, bro, and it was quite embarrassing.
In that first goal, I don't put any blame on Trent outside of not being more aware of Martinez when he was in the offside position. Because his job there isn't to track Fernandes.
A centre-back? Or track a centre-back or track Fernandes?
When he was jockeying Fernandes, his job wasn't to track him. His job was to jockey and pass him on to the next player who was right beside him.
Yeah, but he wasn't even jockeying. He just like letting him go past.
Watched him, man.
He was one of 3 Liverpool players that were there when Fernandes was jockeying the ball. When Fernandes had the ball in that position, there was 3 Liverpool players there. Trent was the one that was furthest out. What he needed to be aware of as the right back, I think anyway, is Martinez being in the offside position as Bruno was carrying the ball. Obviously, the line shifts and then he's onside. So I think that's his error. You can't say that if he dived in there and the ball went, you'd be like, why'd he dive in?
I agree, but Trent's not getting judged on that single moment alone. He's getting judged on the overall game, for which stats-wise, he won 0 out of 5 ground duels and he gave the ball away 25 times.
No, I get it.
That, like, when you combine it with the body language, the contract situation, his demeanor, his intensity, everything together, you can't not criticize him for that game.
And then with Bradley coming on too, and actually,
Bradley in 10 minutes did more than Trent did the whole game.
I completely get it.
More defensively than Trent.
I completely get it. I'm just saying, I feel like there's this massive thing of heaping it, like Trent did this, Trent didn't do this, Trent that. Like, I feel like right now, because of all the outside things that are revolving around Trent, a lot of the focus has been on him and what he did or didn't do. Personally, I don't, like, besides not tracking one runner, I don't think he did anything wrong for either of the goals.
All right, well, let's go back to let's change it up a bit. The handball.
It's a handball. What else is it?
When I was looking,
that is the most unnatural hand position I've seen in my life.
I didn't give a fuck if it was unnatural or not, bro.
Well, you have to.
Because that's the judge penalty. Delete. Hey, can I just say again? I was right again. When he signed,
he stuck it out.
When Delete the fraud signed for United, I said he was shit. Riyad said to me, he's played at Bayern, he's played fucking this, he's played at Juventus. And I said, he's coming to United for a reason.
Bro, the only mistake he did...
and 2 of the goals you can pretty much say Delete will cost you both goals.
The only mistake he did was the first goal.
Bro, why did he slide in?
The handball, bro, come on.
You can blame him because, you know what, just for the sake of
Delete, he's on fraud. I've seen fucking calls like that not given on
Bro, the guy's hand was out here. How's that not a penalty?
Literally, against Tottenham. Yeah. We played against Tottenham where Garnacho took a shot and fucking Romero, his hand was like in fucking Pluto.
His hand was here.
All right? The guy's hand was in the most unnatural position, and we still didn't get a penalty.
It must be
With
agenda
the
against United.
It is 100%. It's a fucking agenda.
No.
That Michael Oliver is a fucking cunt. He can go fuck himself.
The two separate reasons as to why
Right,
one was
there's
given
not-
and one
you-
wasn't.
no.
One was a shot in close proximity, which is why the Romero handball wasn't given. The other one was a cross that came in.
It wasn't a cross.
Bro,
it was a shot.
No,
Garnacho one was a shot.
I'm saying the Romero one wasn't given because it was a shot in close proximity. I'm saying the Delit one was given because it was a cross. And what he's done is...
No, they were both shots.
No, they weren't, bro. No, wait. Bro, that was a cross. The one that Delit gave away.
No. The one with Delit was a header. It was a cross onto the header, and he's headed it, and he's hit his arm.
No, two players jumped up for that header. Both of them missed the ball. The ball then, as it came over the top of those two players, Delit's tried to get out of the way like this.
But he stuck his arm out.
Yeah,
That's what's made. That's what's
He
giving
stuck
the
his
penalty.
arm out, but he's looked a complete different direction.
Yeah, because he's trying to get out of the
Yeah,
way
but
of
that's
the
the
ball.
point.
Like it's like
So
the ball
he's
caught him by
assumed- He's
surprise.
assumed that the ball is going this way. Then it's come off a Liverpool player's head.
No, it didn't touch
and-
either of the
No,
players.
it did, didn't it? It's changed
did.
direction of
No.
Liverpool player's
It did.
head, and he's hit his hand.
So Darwin Núñez.
How's that not a handball?
Hey, right? It's a handball. You can't. No, you can't handball. But in the context of what's actually happened,
Honestly, there's no justifying this one.
There
bro.
isn't, bro. That's a handball.
if you guys
cut and
had
dry.
balls,
When it was happening live,
cut and dry.
the fucked up
not,
thing is,
bro?
well, the fucked up thing is the one against Tottenham that wasn't
last
given.
season.
No, it was Michael Oliver as well. This game against Liverpool was Michael Oliver as well. All right.
So you're saying it
So
was.
he's clearly called this one a penalty, and he hasn't called the other one a penalty.
Bro,
I'm just saying.
rules change
last
week to
year-
week. If you're
this
talking
year-
about last year,
No, bro,
Okay, then can I ask you? Do you think the one against Tottenham was a penalty?
against for us,
Yeah.
absolutely was
So
a penalty.
and now he's given the same thing.
hey,
Now he's given Liverpool a penalty for basically the same thing. So would you
but
not
the
say
United one
that's-
was more of a penalty?
Yeah, but aren't you saying that? Wouldn't you say that's him getting better at his job then?
No, not really.
But that is an improvement. He's
No,
made,
he's not-
he's
he's not
made the right call then.
All
that
right.
means.
So end of the day, we're saying no handball.
Everyone's
Definitely
gonna say
Absolutely
handball.
handball.
Everyone's gonna say handball.
Let's go
I'm
past
just
that
saying, in the
moment.
context of the game, bro, you don't fucking.
No, but
100%
regardless,
you get-
even if the ball's changed
Riyad,
direction, you
I
can't
think
stick out
I think you've placed a curse on Xerxes because he had the chance to win the game for you guys.
and you went.
No, I personally think he made the right call to pass it, but the pass was diabolical. It was a hospital ball.
It
was
wasn't
pretty
that
shit.
bad. You're talking about players at the most elite level of this professional sport.
And I'm like, there's a world where like Harry Maguire has this amazing ability to scan.
He can.
and see
bang it.
Garnacho and just let it through his legs, and Garnacho has a tap in.
He's a fucking,
But he doesn't.
The ball wasn't that bad. It was a bit
Fuck.
bobbly.
It was
but
so bobbly, bro.
It was bobbly, but it wasn't that bad.
bro. At the end of the day,
Speaking about bad,
He's bro. Xerxes and Trent are in the same fucking boat together. They're rolling with just one row in circles.
one or yeah.
bro, at the end of the day, I don't
Yeah,
care.
shit.
I don't care if you're a keeper or a coach or whatever. You should be able to fucking wrap your foot around that and put it in the back of the net.
I think
was a hard
Bro,
one.
centre back, striker. I don't give a shit. What I don't agree with Xerxes passing.
No, you
I don't
can't shoot
agree
from
with
that
Xerxes
angle. That's
passing.
Nah,
too
he wouldn't be
tight.
up
Bro,
Yeah.
come on. He literally
Against Alisson, you don't
He
shoot
was-
from there.
But it was 1-on-1. He had
Bro,
the
that
time,
angle's so tight.
Bro, I swear he had the time to even move the ball.
Is he
onto
a
his
left footer
other
though?
foot. No.
No, that's
But
what
the
makes
thing.
it infinitely harder though.
He
He takes
actually
another touch.
moved the ball onto his left foot, and he's gone. You know what? Nah.
You know what he
I'm
thought in
gonna
that in his
and I'll
head? I'm
pass
like,
it.
if I sky this,
That
those
is-
United supporters are going to eat me alive.
Not even that.
That
bro.
is a player that's playing with no confidence.
He's so low on confidence because
Yeah.
you guys anal him week
Yeah.
in,
Dude,
week out,
literally.
that instead of taking the shot, he's like, let me just be safe.
Yeah.
You know, let me put.
Bro,
let me
last
put
week he
this-
said he
put
should
the
be
blame
leaving
on
Melbourne
someone
Storm.
else. Yeah.
I still personally believe Xerxes is not good enough to be.
I think
playing
he's
for
your
he's
level
he's
player.
literally your level. Your level
He's
player.
your level player right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking
You know,
about
and your level's going to get low when you sell all your fucking players.
I know, right?
speaking about shit and level and this and that, you're leaking stadium. What's going on there?
Yeah, why is your stadium leaking? All
Right,
this
we
shit
were
you
giving
guys
shit
did.
to
The first time it's happened.
I mean,
going
let's
on?
be
You ripped
honest.
the
The
pipe.
amount of rain that fell that night.
Yeah, it was unusual
Oh,
weather.
God.
Come on,
It's
bro.
unreal.
You know, every top level, it doesn't matter if
Bro,
there's a
my
winter.
gym leaks when it rains heavily, let alone
Yeah,
Anfield.
didn't you see
Yeah, but
Dermot Oakley a
Anfield's
couple
a-
months ago? The roof caved in, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't go to a big boy gym, man.
Dermot
I'm sorry.
Oakley.
I'm sorry, Dermot. Just give us a 10.
None.
But yeah,
Bloody
I think that's at least, you know what I mean. You got
To be honest, I was too mesmerized by Gravenberg's turns to worry about the leaking
It did
stadium.
look
Yeah, that one attempt, yeah.
The
that
double one,
was
or the one
sexy.
where he turned
Yeah.
and just took another touch.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
does
god!
look
Hey,
sleek
shout
at the moment.
That was
Very
it's a
sexy.
grab. He looks good.
He's quality.
And you got Spurs tomorrow. We'll just quickly touch base because we're done with the Liverpool at Manchester.
It's going to be 8-7.
Let's quickly touch base with the Spurs. I want to just know, is it a home or away?
It's away first leg.
I reckon you do them over 3-1. But that's it.
I hope we rotate. I don't really care about that trophy unless we win it, to be honest.
Don't you guys think United have bruised Liverpool's ego?
No.
I will say
one thing, though. It would have been important to pick up 3 points that game because we've got Forest away next. Because it's almost like we don't have a cushion now because we've already dropped points.
And Forest
and if we look at the Arsenal and Chelsea results, this is why I never wanted to say the league's tied up because we slipped up. If Arsenal and Chelsea won, we got a game in hand. Now that we know what derbies are like, we got a game in hand, Everton away, which is not easy.
Yeah.
Forest away. Who knows? We could drop points at Forest away, and these guys will be screaming that they haven't capitalised on their games. It's still
I actually would love
somewhat
to see their fans lose their mind after that. If you guys drop points, because they drop points as well.
If we had 8 points and a game in hand, then it's all right. This is kind of getting out of hand a little bit. But now,
we don't want it too easy.
Well, the thing is, not to get too much into the title race and whatever, but you guys still have to go to 8 out of the top half teams away. Which is huge because all your away games so far have been bottom half of the table teams except Arsenal.
What fills me with confidence is seemingly as we are dropping points as well, so are Arsenal and Chelsea.
Yeah, bro, don't be worried about us.
Doing us a favour.
Don't worry about us.
Yeah, but it's all that is required is for one of these teams to go on a bit of a run.
And it changes the balance completely.
I'm very interested in the Forest reaction now. After that United
we've got 2 points from the last 4 or 5 games.
We've drawn fucking 3 and 6. So don't worry about us.
We're finished.
We're out top 4 buddies.
Yeah, top 4. Speaking about the top 4 title charge, Brighton Arsenal.
Yeah.
What an absolute game that was first half. You guys played well first half.
I think both halves were okay, to be honest.
The glaring issue that we have to talk about first before we get into the headbutt. After looking at it and obviously looking at it a few times, and then it's never happened before. I've tried to search up headbutts after or before. Very touchy subject.
Never
what do you
in that
reckon?
fashion, yeah. It was just weird.
What do you reckon, Burks?
Penalty.
But I thought Arsenal's defending before that even was a bit shitty, to be honest.
I think the lineup
to that point where the guy's flicking it up. Because it kind of went under Saliba's legs, and it was just a weird little... It was almost like primary school soccer in a way.
No, it happens a little... Every now and again.
Was it the same game where Pedro threw the elbow?
No, that was a week before.
Okay.
So the lineup here, you had Jorginho starting. You had Ethan. Did he get injured?
180.
Yeah, he did.
He scored the
half time because I was going to check because that was I thought he was just gone for the result at 1-0.
If you're going to read the lineup, start from the right back.
Liverpool are going. Liverpool.
Fucking centre mid to right winger.
No, because that's the only two. No, I said lineup because they're the only 2 people I want to talk about. But Partey started a lot in right back. But then again, he's your best CDM or best defensive player, the defensive midfielder that starts at right back all the time. Does he invert? I didn't watch much of the game. I fell asleep.
Is he basically a right back now too?
Is he your best right back now?
Let's if you're
about to get educated.
Let's talk Arsenal, all right?
It's got the pen in hand too.
Basically, for this game, we had 8 senior players out, right? And out of those 8 senior players, 3 of them were right backs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5 senior players, it says.
Nope.
Ben White, Saka, Sterling, who cares? Tomiyasu, and Timber.
No, there's more than that.
That was it. They're the only injuries and suspensions.
I'm pretty sure there's more than that. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Anyway, you full threw me off. Anyway, yeah. So, but basically, we had our bench consisted of 4 left backs. I think 1 DM,
1, 2,
and 3 players with illnesses. But we'll get into that as well. Partey played right back. He's the 4th choice right back, right? He played right back because we have no other right backs. Jurien Timber was suspended, and because of that, we then didn't have Odegaard and Havertz and Martinelli from illness. So we lost 3 of the attacking players from illness. So we were very thin. Obviously, we got a good goal. We were up 1-0, and I genuinely didn't think Brighton was going to touch us at all. I didn't think they'd even get close to scoring a goal.
Because they made a fair few changes to their lineup as well. Because I didn't feel that was the strongest Brighton line. Because I didn't see Mitoma. I didn't see, they didn't start. It was like a Dingra and stuff like that.
No Dunk. No Ferdi, no Matoma.
Dunk was illness as well.
Everyone's it. Danny Welbeck was obviously he's been out for a while. Evan Ferguson
they had that guy from Celtic
injury.
starting as well. He hasn't played many games.
Yeah, James Milner, knock. What a gun. Still playing 400 years old.
Well, basically, I don't think Brighton would have got anything from this game because, bro, everyone talks about performances with Arsenal, this, that. Bro, you don't need to go out and blitz every team, every week, every game. You don't need to go take 37 shots. Bro, this is what I mean. We scored our goal. We're away. massive week for the club, obviously, before the Newcastle game this morning in the Carabao Cup, and then we got the FA Cup this weekend as well. We were
Against United, right?
1-0 up, cruising, and then that penalty turned the whole thing on its head.
And then you had the back foot for a bit, and I thought they had a couple of chances that could have put the game away, but in the end of that,
the criticism of Arsenal that I've seen,
yeah,
not just from other fan bases, but Arsenal. Because I take an interest
Bro,
in
you watch AFTV,
hold on though.
bro.
No, I don't. I genuinely go to different Arsenal forums and I read what they think about Liverpool, what they think about their current.
Read Arseblog,
so,
and then we can have a chat. I'm so good.
What everyone's criticism of Arteta is as soon as the team goes 1-0 up, it doesn't matter how early. It's like everything kind of just stops.
Yeah,
I think he was sort of forced into that Martinelli move at halftime though.
And because you don't kill games, you give the potential opportunities like penalties to the opponent a chance because you don't actually go and kill games. So it's like a lot of fans are feeling like you're dropping points for a number of reasons, mind you, the referees, the red cards, whatever, but also because you don't go out to kill teams anymore.
But we don't have to kill
score your second and your third. But again, like if you're trying to keep a 1-0 lead, all you require is like a set piece for the opposition to go in and you're 1-1. You drop points.
Look, I get it. I completely get it. Arsenal's defense is so good, right? Could be just because we play in this game. We're playing 3 DMs and 4 DMs and fucking 3 centre backs. You could say that's the reason why. You could say David Raya is having an unbelievable season. I truly believe, genuinely, there is not that many teams that if Arsenal goes 1-0 up, they will score a genuine goal against us. Like I back our defense that much. So when we go 1-0 up and we're in like just sort of containment mode where we're holding them out from our box, they're not really getting chances, they're playing it around, whatever. I really don't care. The games are boring to watch, don't get me wrong. But I never really see teams threaten us like that much where I'm on the edge worried that they're going to score a goal from open play or from a chance or something like that. I don't. But
so you don't think no matter how early 1-0 leads are precarious? You're never sort of like, fuck, like anything could happen?
Not... If a game's played out without interference from referees, I don't really see many teams actually being able to score open play goals against us. Like I have no issue with the team having possession against Arsenal and knocking the ball around 30 metres from our goal. I genuinely couldn't care less, bro. Knock the ball around there for all you want.
That just shows what Arteta's game style has completely changed.
Yeah,
because Arsenal used to be based on great football, putting teams to the sword and winning games. And now it's after 1-0, just sit back, put 10 men behind the ball.
But why? Why has it changed over the years? Wouldn't you think it would improve?
Yeah, but it was just because we lost the 22-23 title to City after Saliba's injury.
Sort of got pissed.
Yeah, after that, everything switched.
But it's not like you guys have lost those players. You've actually added reinforcement.
We've added midfielders. We haven't added attackers.
Yeah,
but you got to switch it up. If you want to win the league, you have to do things differently.
But I think, like Alpi says, you don't have to
massive prize.
win every game 3 or 4-0. Like certainly we haven't either this season. Like some games you're going to grind out. You know what I mean?
I wish we can do what they do. We tried to do it against Fulham and we copped 2 goals. So
yeah, like I have no issue with Arsenal being defensively solid.
That was a great game.
That was a great game. It was one of the first games I won.
Bro, like we have been honestly. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah,
we've lost 4 points against Brighton from refereeing decisions. Right, we've lost 2 points so far against City due to refereeing decisions. We've lost 3 points to Bournemouth, the red card on Saliba, refereeing decision. We haven't seen it again. None of those red cards that we've copped have been seen or will ever be seen again to any other team. It's like Arsenal's like a test dummy. You know, they fucking do it to Arsenal. They're like, they get all the pundits are talking, saying we don't want to see penalties for this. We don't want to see, and then all of a sudden, we never see it again. No other team gets a yellow card.
To be fair, the Rice yellow for time wasting, kicking the ball away, I have not seen that in the Premier League since.
No, you saw it the week after for Trossard.
Yeah, the same thing happened.
You know what I mean? Bro, you saw it the week after for Trossard, and he got sent off too, and again, never again. Bro, fucking 36 minute. Rasmus kicks the ball away.
Oh, that was
Liverpool
in the
trying to
United
take a quick
game
free
too.
kick.
Yeah.
Bro, the same referee that sent Trossard off, he's like, just get on with it, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro, it's I'm telling you, you don't see these decisions against anyone else but Arsenal, and you never
and United.
No, bro, I'm telling you, ever since they took Arteta to court last year and they lost, the referees have had it out for us. Bro, it is fucked. We've genuinely lost 11 to 12 points this season alone from refereeing decisions.
So that means Arteta out, Arsenal are back.
Do you guys honestly reckon?
Like, fuck, I had a full setup, bro. He's about to answer. Do you guys reckon?
Go for
Fuck,
I'm done now. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I'm done, bro. Fuck, I had a full setup.
I was going to get to that too, but I had another question.
Fuck your question. I'm done. I'll quit.
No, go for it.
No,
Go for it.
It's done.
Arteta out.
No, I'm not. I'm not. And I probably never will be Arteta out.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Even after this morning,
he'll be out next year.
Even after this morning's comments about
I swear to God,
I didn't even watch the Carabao Cup.
Same thing will happen to what's happening at Fenner now. The fans are punching on with each other. That's what's going to happen at fucking Arsenal.
Are we in agreement with the penalty? Like, what do we think about the penalty?
Look,
There's
after
no
watching
way
it,
to
I have never seen it, bro.
There's
So
no way it's a penalty.
I'm leaning.
The only people that say it's a penalty are Liverpool fans. That's it.
But it's a penalty.
No, bro, I don't think it's as easy as all Liverpool fans. I think it's quite controversial,
Bro,
actually.
It is pretty. It's pretty.
Even the
bro,
Arsenal fan base is split.
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, anyone who's played this sport would never, ever,
I'd
ever.
be upset if I get.
Bro, they'd
to me.
never seen they'd never seen a penalty for that, and if it got given, they'd be fucking livid.
Here's why I personally thought it was a penalty. And again, you're free to dispute it. For me, it's not a clear, we're both jumping for the ball, head clash, 50-50.
What's he going for there?
One player gets to the ball first, and after a very short delay, ball touches Saliba, and then Saliba continues to nut him in the head.
Bro, you can't say the ball touches Saliba. Saliba heads the ball.
Not first, no, he doesn't.
No, Pedro hits the ball, then
First,
Saliba
and
heads
he's
the
in
ball,
control.
and his follow through is hitting Pedro.
So
That's a head clash.
So what about last season when Tariq Lamptey tackled Jesus, touched the ball first, then cleaned up Jesus in the penalty box? You guys got a penalty for it.
What about
Why is this different?
What about this season when Konate barely touched the ball against Martinelli, clobbered Martinelli, and we didn't get a
I
penalty
love
for
the
that?
fact that you said that
Why?
because this now changes the argument.
It's the same
The
thing.
reason why it changes the argument is you're more upset about consistency rather than it being a penalty.
No.
Because I
This
think that's
is-
a penalty. I think Konate thinks a penalty. I think Gordon's a penalty. And I think this is a penalty
There
as
is
well.
If this was a penalty, Gordon has
I
to
feel
be a
like
penalty.
Arsenal fans are more upset about the lack of
Bro,
consistency.
I don't expect it.
What do you reckon, Ryan?
Bro, I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I don't expect consistency from the referees. There is no way anyone who's played this sport at any sort of level worth talking about, especially the elite level like the Prem, would say that's a penalty. Bro, firstly, we've
on the
never
fence,
seen it.
bro.
Never, ever in the history of this fucking sport have we seen that given as a penalty.
but
Every
we've never
third-
had that incident
Bro,
like
every
that.
third corner's got a head clash.
Not like that, it
bro,
doesn't.
You got to set a
Bro,
precedent.
that
though,
is-
too. That I reckon this is
That's
different.
incredibly
That's what I'm saying.
mistimed.
If it's never been seen before, how are you going to judge them?
Bro,
for
are
that?
you-
Don't worry about the head. If
Hey,
that's a foot instead,
honestly,
it's a pen.
It's a
Bro,
it's instead, but because it's in such a close proximity, like you've got a millisecond to think of what you need to do, and he's obviously gone for the ball and not for the player, and that player's got into the ball first with his head. I wouldn't give that a penalty.
Without VAR,
And
that
I-
wouldn't be given. I
don't-
agree with you on
he
that.
gave it.
That's hard.
Without
VAR
without
checked it
VAR,
on the
wouldn't give it.
field. VAR checked it in 3 seconds and said it's a penalty.
7 seconds.
Bro,
It was, yeah. That's
7
but yeah.
No, it was 3 seconds for the actual penalty call, and then they spent the other time looking for an offside
That's
somewhere.
harsh.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bro,
there you
it's
go. But
bullshit.
still, I reckon.
Onana has clattered, literally fucking flattened someone in
That
the
one
box
foot one.
before.
That one foot. That's a penalty.
But that's what I'm
They came out and
saying.
said it.
What
That
we're
was a
debating here is
penalty.
consistency of calls.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're not
with you.
debating if it's a penalty or
Yeah.
not. For me, it is.
Yeah.
I'm not debating consistency. There's no way that's a penalty.
I think it's a penalty.
There's
I
no
agree.
way
Because
that's a penalty.
if that's a penalty, then the Gordon one in my eyes have to be a penalty as
forget
well.
It is for me as well.
Gordon. Every third corner where there's players challenging
I've
for a
never
header,
seen a situation like that.
Bro,
Not a full
people
clear
fucking
headbutter.
head clash. What do you mean? Someone's trying
Bro,
to
but
flick the
not
ball
at the
back.
same. It's not a 50-50. Joao
course it's
Pedro
50-50.
gets to the ball first. Then he
ball's-
gets nutted.
The ball's in the air.
Do you
Yeah,
think
but he
Joao
gets it
Pedro
first
wouldn't like
as
to
well, yeah.
continue his run into the box and have a
Yeah,
shot?
and
Of course he would.
Do you think
But he
fucking
couldn't.
Saliba would like to continue hitting the ball? Yeah, and he heads the ball.
But he mistimed it.
Bro, he heads the ball.
Bro, the guy had a bandage in the side of his head.
So what? Fucking
So you got
Gordon's
nutted
got a
in-
black
he got
mark.
hit by it, bro.
We're gonna keep going around in circles.
We are because
I'm not saying Gordon's not a pen.
It's just anti-Arsenal.
I'm not.
No, I agree. But like,
So are you? You're anti-Arsenal,
No, I'm
too,
not
bro.
anti-Arsenal,
Bro, if Van
I'm not
Dijk nuts
anti-Arsenal,
someone
I'm
like that
just
in the
saying.
box, that's a pen.
Bro, it is not a pen.
if that was a slide tackle, like you were saying, if that was a
It's
slide
not a
tackle and it's
slide
followed,
tackle,
but I'm
bro,
saying,
it's
think about it.
headers.
Think
Bro,
about
but
it in
you
that
can
context.
score with a head.
It's
It's
two players going for the header.
But even in that context, JP's got the ball first. He's got it in control of it. What are you looking at? What are you steering, bro?
Rad's about to trust
But
him.
how is that any different?
No, what this was.
How is that any different from a foot being stuck
this,
out?
Look, this
Or-
was going
or
back
an
to
arm
what
or
I was
something,
going
yeah.
to say, and then I interrupted Order, and he fucking blew a gasket. Do you guys honestly like? Do you believe?
I'll touch the man for the
Do you
job
guys
to go
believe the
trophies.
referees and sports bet work hand in hand?
That's a whole different discussion.
Isn't that like what's the Turkish club?
Bro,
Super League.
the influence that referees have on a game is fucked. They turn a game upside down within a one call and the game.
It's only the Premier League.
The only fans that shouldn't complain about refs is Liverpool fans. You guys cost us 2 fucking FA games. Anthony Taylor.
What do you mean?
The Lukaku
Odegaard's handball
offside.
cost us a league title. What are you talking about?
Lukaku offside.
But look, I've got a solution for this. Elon Musk is creating all these fucking AI
Nah,
robots.
hey,
bro.
relax, bro. I don't want AI anywhere near football.
Fucking create an AI robot and let him fucking.
But that's the
referee
thing.
game.
Bro,
Football's
you would
not
actually
black and
make
white.
sure he burns.
It's grey.
Hey,
You
it's-
tell him to burn his eyes.
It's perfect. It's not going to make a mistake.
It will. You tell somehow
You won't make a mistake.
I hope you run out of power.
I hope you caught the virus, you know.
LimeWire. We can go around in circles for that one, but it's just in my eyes, I reckon it's just another dropped points for Arsenal.
It is. That's why we're out of the title race.
Yeah, top 4 race.
That's why I'm fully on board with Liverpool now. I'm transferring my life to them.
Alpi has
I'm
officially.
officially Liverpool.
I don't think it's got anything to do with Alpi cursing us, like reverse psychology and all that. I think it has to do
Officially
with
Liverpool.
Bergs getting up for his first
I
game.
agree.
I told him
I'm
not to
never
get up for
waking
any
up
more
again, yeah.
games.
I'm just going to watch the fucking mini match the next day.
I feel like if Liverpool don't win the league, it's pretty bad.
It is, bro. You got fucking. Are you kidding me?
I could say the same about you guys 2 years ago.
But what are you
You
talking
were,
about?
you
We're
were
they
top of the
copped it.
league
And
for like
they copped
260
it.
days or something, and then you lost it.
City's out of it.
Yeah.
Arsenal's out of it.
Chelsea's
We've never
out of it.
been in it.
How's
you got
Arsenal?
Forest? You got Forest that
Hold
are
on.
pretty much the new Leicester. So the only big club at the moment that are contending, other than United, when they win every game, is Liverpool.
Really?
Which
Yeah,
is
let's drop
Liverpool
point
have
buffer.
to win the
Points to
Premier
the
League.
worst side in the Premier League.
If Liverpool don't win the Premier League, I reckon you guys are right.
Just fold the club.
Yeah,
There's
I
only
reckon
6
right.
points in it between second and third. If we,
Just-
like Vicky
But it's
said, if we
actually
jump a
nothing.
couple games,
Just fold the club.
it
If
can
you guys
completely
don't win
change.
If you guys don't win the Premier
Bro,
League,
if I
You know
was
what?
you,
Fold
I'd be
the club
watching the
if Elon
Forest
Musk
game with
buys
joy
it.
and glee. How they're going.
Speaking about top 4 charge, we're talking about Palace Chelsea. Another game that we've dropped points that we should have won, and then we're on 2 points in the last 4 weeks.
Unreal.
Which is 4 games, which is nearly at United territory now. We're going down that track. So are we going to make the top 4? I still reckon we'll make the top 4, just as I predicted from the start. But
You
yeah,
said
we
you
had
were going to win it last week? Or?
no, I never said that.
You sure?
And we've had just a lot of missed chances during the game. We could have put them to bed nice and early first half, and then we probably would have finished 3-4-1.
See,
That cost us another 3 points.
That's what happens when you rely on one player.
Jackson to score goals.
Not Jackson,
And he
Palmer.
fucking.
Palmer, yeah.
They're the only 2 players that we rely on to score. And
Palmer,
I think
bro.
we're over relying on them, and our wingers have been in and out of the team non-stop.
where was Madueke?
He's been partying.
Did he get dropped?
He played, but
No, he wasn't in the lineup, was he?
he came on.
Was he on the bench?
So
Okay.
Bro,
Four
he's
minutes.
just dried up as a player. He started the season so well.
yeah,
and then,
he's just partying, doing mandem stuff. He's just a celebrity. He is the funniest guy to follow on Instagram.
Tell me if this is accurate.
Yeah, he's too young.
If Robert Sanchez, because I've seen him like save so many certain
He's
goals.
been
If
unreal.
you haven't had him, like apart from your attacking players, of course, you would have dropped a lot more points.
Nah, see,
Is it like he's in good form, isn't he?
He is, but the last 2 games it's come from his distribution that's cost us the goal.
Yeah.
So I can't.
So he's in a slump again.
No, his concentration. He just has this. He can't concentrate for 90 minutes, 70 minutes, 80 minutes. He'd had an unbelievable game, saves. Hitting the ball out from the back, playing it short when you need to, and then he'll have a brain fart at 80. Like against Fulham, he had a brain fart right at the end when it was 1-1. This one actually was his fault as well. So it was 82nd minute. He got the ball. Instead of going short to our centre back or going short to our right back, he decided to ping the ball as hard as he can to Palmer. But
So it was Palmer's fault.
It wasn't like look, you could say he
Miscontrol.
lost the ball.
Bro.
He belted the ball into him. He lost the ball, and then we got countered from that. So, and then the same thing happened to Fulham. He went long where he could have went short to the left. He went long. We lost the ball, and it came again. Obviously, other than
I
disaster,
feel like it's a bit
disaster.
harsh to criticise it.
But that's
It's
what-
more like you had chances to kill the game way earlier than
Of
that.
course, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm saying you're saying is he keeping us in it to a certain extent?
Yes.
But he's also
Yeah.
costing us because of concentration.
Who's this? The Sassy or the keeper?
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Because I was going to say, bro, with your fucking squad, and you can't find a fucking fullback, and you're
they're
playing
all
the
injured.
Sassy, bro.
They're all injured.
I'm sure you can find someone else, bro.
Reece is back.
He hasn't played 1 minute in the last
Bro,
2
the
games.
Sassy,
He's rubbish. He'll be a captain.
he'll be our captain.
He's honestly I love him as a like not as a player, but he looks funny.
It looks
funny.
It's entertainment.
Like, he looks like a good vibe.
Vibes.
Yeah, he looks like he's good vibes.
You'd have a shisha with him type thing.
No, he throws up
to.
gang signs when he walks in the play tunnel.
But but he has been absolutely rubbish, and that's why we're looking for another centre back. Because Fofana's apparently out for the end of the season.
Bro, they've got
Reece
like
James
That's
is
Literally, you have 3 squads, bro.
Batty Shields, our left side of centre back. He's injured. We got Colwell, and then we've got Tossin and Desasi.
We've got 2 gun centre backs that are probably going to be
Oi,
released.
oi,
We've
it's
got
like that
Johnny
private
Evans
school kid on the train who's got like
and
3
we've
lunches.
got, Lindelof.
How good?
You've just got a closet full of players.
Can we
bro.
talk
Someone.
about Jackson?
Yeah.
Can we do a player focus on Jackson, please?
Done.
Of course.
There was multiple chances that he missed, and
He does
I know
everything right.
I know you're a fan of his.
Yeah. I still believe in him.
You still believe in him?
I still believe in him, but I just think it's just.
There's a fan base already turning.
I don't think so. There's one
You
player
said
that,
still believe in him, so you're insinuating that others are losing belief in him.
Oh, bro, but heaps of Chelsea fans have lost faith in him.
yeah, they do. It's very touch and go. If it's on the Twitter fan base, they would bring in fucking Dria Drogba back. You know what I mean? Like Twitter's a fantasy world. If you look at the actual fan base at the stadiums, they love him. Every time he comes off, they give him a standing ovation just to motivate him and keep playing because he's very, very emotional, which is a good thing, I guess. You know, for a striker, he really wants to play the full 90. But look, he does everything right except lately that finish, and which I thought he got at the start of the year, which he was unstoppable.
But that like outside of the foot, that wasn't too far off.
It
Like,
was,
it's still a
yeah.
miss, but like to fashion the chance out. You know
The
what
way
I mean?
he turns players in, the way he drags a player out, his runs, his dribbling, everything's unbelievable. It's just he just can't fucking finish at the moment, and that's why we're dropping points. Palmer's still finishing, fantastic. I think now we're relying too much on Jackson, and then when Nkunku comes on, I'd just rather play myself. I would rather play myself.
I honestly
than
reckon
Nkunku.
Chelsea have ruined Nkunku, bro.
Chelsea have ruined a lot of
Genuinely.
players.
No, Chelsea. His injuries. He's been out for a year. He's come back, and Palmer's because that's where he plays. That's where Nkunku plays.
But
He plays
Nkunku-
as a free role, and at Red Bull, that's where he was thriving as the free 10.
So how about we make a deal? You guys take Rashford, we'll take Nkunku, and we'll call it even, bro.
Nah,
Make a
we've
deal.
we've got
Play trades.
Yeah, you're not selling
Football
rugs,
manager.
bro. What do you mean? Did you let the clubs know before you did this or what?
we're going to do transfers soon. But
I was going to do trading cards.
Hey, what a dummy by Sancho.
mate, Sancho.
Just sent that defender.
He played. You know, that was again one of his better games, and he's had a lot of good games. Once he gets his finishing, obviously we take the United out of him, and we put him in a bit of Chelsea.
But that's what happens when you play for a lower tier club. Like, there's no pressure
You're
on you, bro.
13th. That's what happens when you play for a lower tier
He
club.
means you guys.
18.
He means you guys are
No,
the
no,
lower tier club.
But he's 13.
Relegation.
So I don't know how.
It doesn't matter.
I just don't get it.
Bro.
I'm mind blown. It's,
Right.
That's the United mindset.
It's like it's like he's looking up. He's like, yeah, lower. No one can hear him. Who gives a fuck what they say? But
Can we talk about Eze? He scores 1 goal to take 2 points off you the last time he played, and
then
now
he's-
he gives an assist to take
Fuck,
2 more points
that's
off you
in
guys.
2 games. That's the only 2 games he's played
got
well.
1 goal, 1 assist. Both
Because
against
I was watching the highlights and I'm like, why did he square it? Why didn't he go for goal himself?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like I don't know. Maybe this is fantasy land, but I feel like if Cucurella was more committed, he could have cut that ball out, like last ditch tackle or something like that. Like,
Possibly, but
Who was
Eze fluffed a lot of chances during the game.
You did.
He had a lot of chances to score, and he fluffed a lot.
because
Especially
we were having a discussion, boys, about like obviously you guys were linked. Alpi brought up the news of you guys being linked with Guehi,
I'm going to talk transfers.
and then we were talking about like Palace players overall. Like even Eze this season, they've been a bit like sort of quiet.
Hit and
They're
miss.
still great players, but haven't been nowhere near some of the levels that we expect them to be at.
Well, the discussion is because Fofana's out for the rest of the year, they got 2 options, which I like what Chelsea are doing here because obviously Guehi and Chalobah both start for Crystal Palace most of the time. They're saying we can either call back Chalobah or Guehi's got 18 months left on his contract. We can give you 50 million and then you can keep Chalobah for the rest of the year and then potential buy him out at the end of the season. So there's sort of like for like replacement. Obviously they're not. So they're giving him an option. Either you let us buy him or we're going to recall back Chalobah. So we're going to bring him one of them back.
do you think either of those players are good enough for your top 6 charge?
I reckon Guehi could be the player to take himself because he's played 16 games for England. He's 24 years old, pretty powerful. He wins a lot of duels.
A left centre back though, you've already got.
But look, left centre backs have worked before. I saw
Captain
Batty
material.
Yeah,
No.
he's
in a different way.
yeah, of course. He's 24. He's a big body. He's 6 foot. He's not 6'4".
Kind of has like it feels to me a bit like opportunistic and rushed, just because it is Crystal Palace, and they've got Chalobah.
But a lot
Like
of
surely, as Alpi says, surely there's better centre backs out there outside of the Premier League or even inside of the Premier League.
they've knocked back 4 or 5 clubs last year. 65 from Newcastle.
But that was based on last year's form, where he was actually really good.
Yeah,
This is what I mean. Like, I don't think he's a player that you need to go blowing the bank for.
well, 50 million is not really blowing the bank for Chelsea. I'm going to be honest.
No, but still, like, that's a lot of money to invest in a centre back. There's not many centre backs that are more expensive than.
Well, he's top 10 in the Premier League. Can you say he's top 10?
Hard to say. You got the
In terms of just
Bro, why doesn't Chelsea go after Virgil?
Let me think. Your top 10.
What makes you
at
think
the
he'd
end of the
leave,
year-
bro?
Yeah, this is why we want you to quit the pod.
This is that's the biggest
I
FIFA
actually
career
want you to
mode.
stay, bro.
That's a full FIFA career mode transfer. They'll never happen.
You reckon he's a top 10?
Well,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
at 6
Yeah.
already, and he's nowhere near it.
Tell me
So-
you're 6.
2 Arsenal, 2
Yeah,
Liverpool,
of course.
2 Spurs, Van der Ven and Romero.
I was just about to bring that up because Spurs do cop a lot of goals, but Romero Van
Very
You know,
good
And they're
centre
both
backs.
very injury prone.
And then I'd say Timber's better.
Timbers, he's not a centre back.
But
We're going
he-
proper centre backs.
Proper centre backs. I'd put personally Delete as 7.
Nah, there's
Yeah,
no way.
and
is better than Kilman.
Dillard's
I
not
like
even in my
Botman.
top 10. Botman's
Shah.
good.
Bro, the Lee's still a decent player, bro. Despite those 2
He's better than
errors,
Delete. He's better than
he
Delete.
might be like 10 to 15.
Yeah. So and he's English, and he's obviously from the youth system of Chelsea. So I can see why they want to go for him.
'Cause from last-
I reckon he takes his game to the next level. You know how there's always a team where you go to Crystal Palace and then from there, for example, I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying Virgil van Dijk went from Celtic to Southampton. No one before that. No one knew him before he went to Celtic. No one knew him. Went to Celtic, had a great season. But then again, what player comes from the Scottish League or Scottish League and goes to England and becomes that successful?
Because the
Hardly
2
any.
centre backs that were discussed the most last season, number 1 was Guehi, a fair few clubs wanted
Everyone
him. Number
wanted him.
2 was Joe Gomez. He was
Yeah.
so close to going to Newcastle. So is he better than a Joe Gomez? He's like, where do you know what I mean? Like,
This is your Lukaku all over again.
Oh, I don't think
it
so.
just feels a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
It feels like you can take more time and actually get a proper centre back. Like, do
I
your
think-
scouting properly and get somebody you
They've
actually.
been
Savage is
scouting him for years and years and
Well,
years.
you guys should buy Milinkovic-Savic from Forest.
He's a great player, but they're not going to sell him now.
Do you know who's
I
that
just think
absolute fucking gun of a centre back?
Murillo.
Johnny Evans.
Murillo from Nottingham Forest, bro. He's a fucking brick wall. That bloke.
Savage is in my top 10 player of the season so far. So good shout. But
Oh,
they're
you
not
did
going to
make
sell
that
him.
shout last year,
Yeah, they're not going to sell him. Obviously mid-year. So I reckon just call back Chalobah. He can play right back. He can play centre back. He's quick. Showed against Liverpool how
Easy
many
that
times?
guy though, Chalobah.
I rate him. I personally think every time there's a big derby game, he always shows up and he never makes a mistake. I've seen him maybe one since I've watched him.
For consistent title charges though, because that's where you're at right now.
Well, he was very good at every time we've played him, we've had a good season. He's always been a part of that club. When we're pushing for top 4, when we're in the Champions League, when we won the Champions League, when we're obviously consistently playing for the Champions League, he's always been around that club.
you know what's funny? We've completely forgotten about Braithwaite from Everton, who came on a
They just want
huge
too much
hype.
money in
Huge
there.
hype.
Yeah, he's dropped off.
Yeah.
They want too much money.
I'll
so
tell you why Chalobah's not that player.
Yeah.
Jesus scored a hat-trick on him, bro, and Jesus doesn't score goals.
yeah, but that's different setup.
That's why, that's why
He-
Chalobah's not that player.
He's at Crystal Palace, so I can't really say anything to him. We're in a different setup.
He's not that player. Guehi's not that player because he played that game too.
I feel like you have this
but
like
that's
tie to
it's
him
Crystal.
purely because he's come from the academy.
But
Yeah, but they're
I-
both their academy players.
I don't mind who we get, but if they were going to get someone and save a bit of money, instead of spending 50 million on him, bring back Chalobah.
But then again, as you said, Chelsea are that club who can go out, buy someone, it doesn't work out, and then piss them off. Like they can afford
No,
it.
Sell them at a
I
profit
think their
too.
finances are changing though. I don't think Chelsea can blow money like they used
But what
to.
a cop
But
out.
we sell a lot of players though. They do.
Yeah.
They do. Like PSG are coming in for Nkunku. If we can get back what we paid for him, a little bit more. We paid 48, 45 for him,
You probably will too, to be
and
honest.
PSG will pay because look, no, 195k a week is not that much for PSG. That's their youngsters are getting that over there.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Go check 18-year-old player. Go check his.
Yeah,
Fact
probably
check
like,
me.
no. Like
There's 2 of them.
Bradley Barcola or something.
But there's 2
who's
of them.
a
that-
fucking
their
gun.
kids are getting
Or
same-
Zaire Emery, who
Yeah,
are
and
guns.
Nkunku's a French player and he's in his prime pretty much. So if we can sell him, Bring back Chalobah and go fucking buy a keeper.
Bro, honestly, though, but what,
That's it. Buy a fucking keeper.
You
but
do
bringing
need to
back
get- that's
Chalobah
true.
is such a cop-out, bro, because you guys basically froze him out of that
I agree. The
squad,
club
bro.
fucked him. They froze
So
him
why
out.
would he want to come back?
He said he's happy to come back. He's a proper.
Oh,
he
bro.
he
He's
loves
like
Chelsea. He's proper
Chelsea.
Chelsea. He's on 40,000 a week.
Chelsea.
Yeah, he's on 40,000 a week. Proper Chelsea. Yeah, good one.
What do you mean? That's shitload.
40K.
For a player of his quality.
For a bloke that's got fucking shit braids over on his head, bro. What the fuck are those, bro?
That's personal, bro. So,
That's a bit racialist.
No, I'm just saying,
You're
at least
literally.
fucking-
You paid 70 million for an 18-year-old with the same hairstyle.
It's true.
Who's
You're not
18?
as bad.
Yeah,
He's
Lenny
fucking
Yoro.
trash.
Lenny Yoro, yeah.
He's had
Bro,
one good
talking
tackle
about-
since he's
let's
been in the
talk about
Premier
the
League.
resurgence of Lenny Yoro.
No,
Let's not.
Anyway.
Let's be honest. If Nunes was smarter there, that's a pen.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad I finally got the
Resurgence
talk.
of Harry Maguire.
Anyway, let me.
No, we're on
I'm
the-
going to change.
listen.
I'm going to change subject. Okay. I'm finally glad that I got to talk some Chelsea without these cunts hassling me to see if we're in a title charge.
No, can we talk
Wait,
about
are you in a
Palmer
title
before
charge?
we move on?
Palmer's been unreal, bro.
Because he's been responsible for the Fulham goal that you
No,
conceded.
the Crystal Palace goal.
No, both.
I don't
Fulham
blame
and Palace.
I don't blame him for the Palace one either because it was
Nah,
just a shonky ball in.
It wasn't because he had it under control and then he lost it.
Yeah, bro, he's halfway. If he turns around and we can't defend that ball,
Where was Caicedo?
we're going for the transition because they were so confident that he was going to turn and just dink the ball or do something. They were already in a transition.
So he was undisciplined.
When he lost the ball, came back. But
That
that
sounds like Hakan's excuse on Monday when he did a pass talker.
when you're playing that good and scoring fucking worldies everywhere.
When
who
Amo
gives a
copped the
fuck
goal
what
and
he
Andy
does?
screaming at him, even though it was Andy's guy.
The reason I brought up Palmer is because there's been a lot of chat about him actually costing you guys wins in this
And that's just-
current run of 4 games.
You know what I've seen? You know what I've seen crazy? They're like, if he was a different player, how much stick would they give him? I've been seeing some crazy stuff on Twitter, but no one's blaming him. He's actually, if it wasn't for Palmer, we'd be fucking 8th.
Yeah, I don't know if you can, given what he's done this
If
season
he
so
wasn't
far.
for Palmer this year and last year, last year would have been like United. This year, we would be.
He's got
like,
plenty of credit.
Mid-table, minimum.
He's got plenty of credit in the bank, but if it
does.
continues, let's say, I think.
What do you mean? He set up-
That'll
he-
get louder, that noise.
That's that one turn. He scores the goal. He sets up Jackson. He sets up Sancho. He set up. See that pass through the middle that he did to Jackson?
Yes.
That magic. And he's done that. He should have had 2 goals, 2 assists in every game that he's played in the last 4 games.
But now you sound like Riyadh, being like we should have won 7-0.
No. Hey, I cop it. We've 2 points from 4 games, not good enough. But any other time, he could have, every game, he's a 2-4, 3-4 GA easy.
Yeah,
So-
but now that he can't stat pad, it's not going
No, he's not still stat padding. He's still one of the best in the world, so it's not going to change.
Who do you reckon the best 10 is in the world? This is a bit random, but who do you reckon the best number 10 in the world is?
Honestly, I'm really liking Jude, bro, as an advanced role. He's grown on me. When he first signed for Real,
Yeah.
I hated him.
Florian Wirtz.
I reckon
What is it?
Musiala.
I was going to say Musiala as well.
Musiala.
Yeah.
Musiala was good, but I watch Jude and stuff like that. Just the energy that he brings to the Real team when they're down is unbelievable.
Someone who's
I like
nowhere
him.
near it would have been Odegaard, because I like him.
Yeah.
But this season, he's
This
just
season.
injuries and
This season
whatnot.
doesn't make it to 10.
No, I think currently, I actually think he's probably carrying an injury or something, man. Because
Yeah,
there's
he's-
no way Odegaard's this bad. Like
Today's second half, I was going to. I love him. You know me.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite players. He was horrible today.
Yeah, you're fucking talking shit because you choked on your own spit.
I've been coughing all day. I need water, bro.
He's not trash, but he hasn't been
trash. I just said he wasn't.
he hasn't been as good as what we know he can be.
Yeah.
Like this whole season, bro. Ever since he came back from the injury, it's like he's carrying a constant niggle or something.
Did he have a-
Again, they want to
Did he have a knee injury? What was his What was his thing?
ankle.
Ankle, yeah.
Yeah, ankle in the international break.
I feel like that destroys
Right.
confidence, man.
Since we would have left to get water,
That
let's talk
was-
about the resurgence of Harry Maguire, bro. Seriously.
We don't need
Before he
to
comes
talk
down
about-
fucking...
We should air
Down my
task
throat.
someone to bring us water.
We don't need to talk about the resurgence of Harry Maguire.
Bro, honestly, for a guy that's
he's playing in a
literally
back 3. It's what he's always been the best at, and will
Unreal.
always be the best at.
Unreal.
Yeah, but it's just because it's a back 3, bro.
And you know what? He's...
Red Bull sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Well, why don't you
That's
actually
great.
tag Red Bull? Tag him in the video clips.
Genuinely, I reckon you guys should. You've extended his contract. I reckon
We
you guys
did.
should just give him like 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah, just give him like another 6. You know what I mean?
Bro, for a bloke that was literally fucking put 6 feet in the ground. Absolutely
Especially by you.
ruined.
Bro, I'm going to
by
upload
everyone.
what this guy said.
By everyone.
Not only did they strip him of the captaincy, they did worse than what we did to Chalobah. They stripped him of the captaincy. They dropped him when he was fit. They tried to push him out of the club. And then all of a sudden, he's had a couple of good games. They gave him a new contract because they're English quota, and now they can't spend any money. They signed him back on, and now all of a sudden, the guy's president.
Back so quickly.
So let's shout out to Ineos, the resurgence of Maguire.
Bro, is he really on 170k a week?
Who? Harry
He's on
Maguire.
220.
Bro, it's United. Why are you surprised?
When
why
we
would
signed
you be
him,
surprised?
when we signed him, I'm pretty sure we signed him over 200,000 a week.
So he's not too far off from Mo.
Yeah. But you also got to remember, Harry Maguire
He's on
at the
200,
time
yeah.
was probably one of the best centre backs
Definitely
in
not.
the comp at the time. No, at the time.
No.
Playing
Not
for
even when he
Leicester.
signed him.
Definitely.
You guys paid overs for him. Like he's
did.
more expensive than
Fofana was
Maguire.
better. But again, bro-
than Van Dijk.
Yeah, was even the best centre back
But
at
again,
Leicester.
we paid overs for
Bro, I got a
like
question.
95% of our players.
No, but he's significantly overs. Like he's more expensive than Van Dijk
that
was.
was just fucking Leicester scamming United.
Well, there you go. And you guys were dumb enough to fall for him.
You've got $180 million worth of centre backs, Euro and Harry Maguire.
It's fine.
180? No,
Yeah, you paid 80 for Euro.
No, we didn't pay 80.
How much?
It was 74.
How much was it?
63.
63, and then you pay 80
Bro,
for.
that's still a lot for a fucking
Yeah.
youngster. Come on.
We paid 55 for Euro.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we paid 80 million for Maguire.
that's very expensive.
fucking
Very
unbelievable.
expensive, yeah, and he was marked down as one of our worst ever fucking transfer businesses
All right.
until
Bro,
Anthony came along.
Can I ask? You guys are currently, Salah's very important to you guys. He's currently on 350 a week. What do you reckon he's holding out for?
I wonder if it's length of the contract. I don't know. Because I feel like money-wise, I mean, he probably is pushing for more, but how much more can you go for?
I
How
feel
much-
like more than anything, it's the whole debate of 2 versus 3 years. I feel like him and his agent would want 3,
Yeah.
but the club has a strict policy around 2. Because I think
What, is he 33? 34?
32, I think.
33.
30, hold on.
He's turning 33.
Yeah.
Let's fact check that one.
I can tell you. Let me have a look here. Salah age. And the other thing is obviously Van Dijk's come out and given comments about his contract situation as well.
Fuck, you
Salah's
guys are
32.
When's he turning
What
33?
do you guys think about
June.
Van Dijk's comments?
I feel like he's
I'm old.
dealt it in the best way. Like I feel like Salah's kind of played media games. Trent's have this whole I'm going to be quiet, but then all of a sudden Real Madrid are putting in bids. I feel like Van Dijk's, I don't care, he'll get sorted. He'll just
Bro,
there's no games, there's
Trent's
no
agent's his
agenda,
brother.
there's no
So
you know what I mean. I like the way Van Dijk's
So
handled it.
you
Yeah.
have no issue with the comments he made after the United game?
He simply said
He didn't say
doesn't care.
he didn't say anything that was like
No, he says
that would
he doesn't
give
care
you
what
worry.
he
You know
saw.
what I mean? He said it's going to happen. I'm not stressed about it. type
It's like
thing,
dismissive.
No,
It's
well,
I don't
yeah.
really care.
It was. He said there's nothing to update. He's like, I'm calm about it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
That's what I mean. Like that wouldn't instill fear in me that he's going to leave. Like that would just say that
the only
he's
one I'm
waiting
worried
for
about
it's going to
would be
happen.
Van Dijk.
You're
as in,
worried
if
about
he
Van
left, I'd be upset. If I was a Liverpool fan,
I'm telling you right now,
I'd be
I'm
upset.
enjoying the years that we have because as soon as Van Dijk is out of that team, that whole unit as a
Gonna be
defense
tough
goes
times. Yeah.
to shit.
Hopefully Robertson's still there.
speaking about shit, are Nottingham Forest on a title charge?
That's not shit. That's
I
not
know. I just want to make sure.
What a segue, man. That was the worst thing imaginable.
Bro, you guys just didn't let me change. Every time I'm saying something, this guy says something. This guy talks over me.
Sorry, bro. You know what? Go do it all again. Run your
Just
segue
start
how
the
you
episode
want.
again, bro. Just start it right from the start.
Run your segue how you want.
Someone bring up a title charge or something like that.
Are Chelsea in a title charge?
Speaking about title charge, Nottingham Forest, massive win against Wolves. They are equal second to Arsenal at phase 9. Are they in a title charge?
Hold on. When any great team gets discussed, doesn't matter where it is,
Yep.
you always talk about the spine. So in goals, they've got Matt Sells, who I think is
An unknown.
we were talking about how Allison, well, not really Edison anymore, Raya, they're the 2 best keepers in the league. And then it's who is kind of next? Is it the fact that Sells is a really good keeper, or is it the fact that he's got a really good defensive unit around, or both?
Both.
So keepers, it's pretty fair to say that their keepers are all right. Then we move on to centre back, Murillo and Milankovic. Any one of those two, that's a pretty solid centre back to have.
Milankovic is a gun, bro.
Bro,
Midfield?
Moreira more so. I'm telling you now, bro.
Midfield?
I've been monitoring that.
Morgan
Is that your new
Gibbs.
team?
Hey?
Is that your new team?
No, the guy, he just looks like an Afghan warlord, bro.
Shout out Wandy.
He's got the baggy fucking shorts, just stocky, bro. Yeah.
So Matthew Sells, Milankovic, let's say, Morgan Gibbs-White, who
He
has
has
been linked with Liverpool as a 10,
He's been unreal. I
and
love
Chris
him.
Wood, who's
Bro,
in the form of his
what
life.
the
So
hell?
as a spine, that's an amazing spine.
Chris
so
Wood's
it's
just quietly-
why wouldn't they be on a
But
run?
and also
He's
the
out of
manager, bro. Nino
Nuno. He's
Nuno.
also Nuno is our manager of the season so far.
Yeah.
He won the poll.
He won the poll.
Quite
When did the
convincingly.
poll close down? That's what I want to know.
It closed down
Riyadh.
when we got banned.
Any regrets over Anthony Elanga?
Any
Because
regrets?
he's playing amazing, bro.
So yeah, what do you reckon of all the
so,
players?
so talking about players that have gone on to do great things at United, there's not really many of them. So Elanga now coming through the ranks, looking really good. Look, it hurts, but
He's a good player.
you got to remember the time that he left, that he wasn't going to get that opportunity because we had other players ahead of him.
Was it the time Ronaldo was there?
I'd say every player that
Ronaldo
feels
was
like
there.
better.
Garnacho was coming through the ranks.
Who?
Garnacho. Yeah.
Bro, honestly, I
Ghana.
reckon every player that's left United looks way better.
No, that's not true. That's not
true.
true.
Who?
Look at all the United
Bro,
players.
McTominay, Aaron
Bro, he
Wan-Bissaka,
plays
unbelievable.
Plays in
Elanga,
fucking
Yeah,
state
no, no.
five.
Sancho looks
De Gea,
way better than
Sancho,
Sancho.
unreal. De Gea, bro, best
Yeah.
keeper in Italy.
Yeah.
Bro, every player that leaves United looks
He's
unbelievable.
like, fuck, they're right.
Honestly, like,
Bro, turn that and just zoom it straight on his screen.
It's undeniable.
So are the Glazers looking after their players?
They're
Yes,
not
'cause
looking
they're
after
fucking
anything.
giving
bro.
them too much money, bro.
They're not looking after anything. The stadium's falling apart. Their whole fucking
Yeah.
organizational structure's
Look,
shit.
it hurts, but it's not the end of the world because I'd rather other players because they've got more to their CV, I guess, in terms of
Who,
skills
but
and stuff
who had-
like I'd rather play Garnacho and Ahmad because
Garnacho doesn't have more to his CV than Elanga.
They're
No,
young.
he
They're
does.
youth academy, aren't they?
He does.
Bro,
Elanga,
he's got
Proof
one
in the pudding.
Suzuki.
bro, Elanga has pace and nothing else, bro.
Yeah, that's why he's taking the absolute piss this year.
Genuinely, it's what
Have you fucking seen him take 2, 3, 4 players on, do a worldie, curl it over? and
That's
fucking-
like me saying that
No.
you wouldn't want Hudson Odoi
He
back. Like,
works
it'd just be a
well.
delusion.
He works well.
Of course you'd want him back.
Listen,
Bro,
he
they're like
works
third
well
in the
a
table.
Nottingham Forest system. He works well.
But that's
They
the
don't
point.
dominate the ball.
Nothing works for United. It doesn't matter what system you play.
They don't dominate possession. They don't dominate the ball.
But they still win games, bro.
On the counter, yes, they do win games, but it's not pretty.
Bro, Garnacho doesn't even start for you.
Hey?
Bro, Garnacho didn't even start for you against
Well,
Liverpool.
before Amram, he was a starter. Before.
So you're saying
so it's
ETH
Emira's
back.
the problem.
No.
There's no
I
way
love-
he had the same
I love
impact
the
as
fact
Elanga
that
this
Amarim's
season at
coming
all.
because he's a disciplinary. You fuck around, you
You
don't-
find out.
Yeah, bro, that's what I don't give a shit who you are, and clearly he's done it with Rashford. He's
Done.
clearly,
Anyway, let's move on. We've
moving
got
on?
last thing before we talk. No, last thing before we talk. He just keeps talking. He's gonna keep going around in circles.
Go for L's and L's.
bro. I could
Yeah.
go for hours. It's been like 2-3 weeks that I haven't fucking.
Is
done
Chris
that, so-
Wood the best striker in the Premier League at the moment, form wise?
As a striker, you mean? Like
As an
pure
out-and-out pure
number 9.
striker, our fellow New Zealander. So shout out to all our New Zealander
No,
fans.
I think Isak is still the best.
Actually, I
striker.
did forget about it.
Yeah.
People will say no purely based on the attractiveness of the striker.
Yeah.
I think he's an out
Because he's very like almost like boring in a
He's
way.
just an animal, though.
Whereas like
He's boring.
Isaac
he's
has a
fucking-
lot more to his game.
He's boring. He's ugly. Like,
But the the numbers are
Shout out to our
undeniable.
New
You
Zealanders.
can't argue the numbers. Like he's producing when it's needed.
And when he comes back, when he travels to go play for New Zealand, he actually travels 24 hours, comes back and still plays the game. So
That's
like
not true.
That's like
he
the
missed that one game, but he still travels a lot.
Yeah.
So I have to give him that with this form still.
Bro, he's kept
at that age,
He's
staying
kept that
injury free.
Awaniyi out of the fucking squad.
Yeah, but at that age, keeping injury free, 33, turning 34, he's got 6 months left on his contract. Traveling from England back to New Zealand, back to England, and still playing the way he does.
Would you
hats
take him
off
at
to
Chelsea?
As a backup? Yeah, probably I would. I wouldn't start him over Jackson, but I'll definitely take him as a backup at the end of
Not
the
a bad
contract.
I feel like he would work out at a bit. Like I feel like when we bought Ricky Lambert and he was killing it for Southampton, then we bought him and he was actually a spud. I feel like it'd be the same with Chris Wood.
Yeah,
but
is he ready to make that
He
step
nearly
up?
started every game for you guys at that point.
It's like Andy Carroll too, bro. When you guys
Yeah,
get
true.
yeah.
Carroll.
It's a big gamble.
Hey, shout out Andy Carroll playing 5th division, scoring
yeah.
absolutely.
What a legend, eh? He's like fuck it.
He's
I don't
living
care
the
about
dream.
the money.
35, plays local at a park,
Yeah.
just enjoys his time in France.
Probably has a beer after the
I
game.
watch his
too.
highlights on
100%
YouTube.
does.
Hey, I watch his highlights. I reckon he has a beer before the game. He's got a beer going. Honestly, it's fantastic. It's my dream. I can't do it, but
He's looking good.
anyway,
Andy
let's,
Abukaro.
let's wrap that up. I think that's it. Wrap it up.
You're the host, brother.
We've spoken about everything. We've got actually before we do wrap it up, we've spoken about Spurs and Liverpool. We've Arsenal, United this weekend. What do you reckon of that?
The FA Cup.
For
game.
the
FA Cup game. I know. It's a very prestigious trophy for the English fan base and England. I reckon it's a decent trophy as well.
If you win it, it's decent. If you lose it, it's a tin pot.
No,
That's
the
how it
Tin
works.
Pot's Carling Cup. I
that's-
think
yeah.
the Carling
You
Cup
know,
is
it's-
FA Cup will always have heritage, yeah.
It's the reigning chokers against the reigning champions in the FA Cup. So
So that's a huge game.
massive.
Manchester United versus, is it a home or away?
It's at the Emirates.
It's at the
And it's a one
Immigrants.
game, isn't it?
Wait, what stage is that? Is that like
Yeah.
what's
Quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals already.
Fuck, it's a big game. What do you reckon?
I would have preferred it if it was at Old Trafford.
Wow, really?
Yeah, genuinely.
Because we play worse at Old Trafford?
No, because our stadium is a little bit toxic at the moment.
Yeah,
it's not as loud. At least it wasn't. It hasn't been as loud the past couple of games.
The guy from SRS podcast, SDS?
SDS.
He was on live on TikTok with his mate. His mate's a full-blown Arsenal fan. He was at the game. He goes, when it was 1-0, it was pretty decent. After they copped the second goal, every 5 minutes that he said there was at least 1,000 people every pass that were just leaving after the goal.
Yeah, look, bro, that is sort of normal. A late game, midweek, winter, cold, like people want to go home. I sort of get that. I mean, even when we played at Brighton's ground, Brighton Stadium was empty, like 85th minute, it was empty.
I would have to agree with you
80th minute.
We do the same thing with Richmond when we're...
Yeah.
It's the whole thing of like trains are packed and parking and you want to kind of get out a little bit earlier, especially if it's like 3-0, 4-0. Like there's no point staying around.
I think they need... I reckon you guys need a result. I reckon it will be easier.
Is it an unwelcome distraction considering the league?
But there's
I'm okay with us... Are we out of the... Carabao Cup?
No, you got a second leg. St. James.
I kind of wish we were out of that altogether, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you got St. James. So.
Yeah, Riyad, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to really make of it. We're missing a lot of players. You guys are coming...
Look, I was more confident going in playing at Arsenal, than I was at Liverpool, and I guess we got a result from Liverpool. And I don't think you guys are better with open... Like, set pieces... I'll always panic.
But are you just about to say you don't think Arsenal's a better team?
No. In terms of open play, I felt
against Manchester United.
I felt like in open play, Liverpool were a better team.
Oh, compared to Liverpool.
Liverpool are a better team than Arsenal in open play.
Possibly going
set
forward,
pieces. But if you guys don't cheat in set pieces, I think we might. I think we might.
Inshallah, we score fucking 3 set pieces.
I think it's.
But
just seriously,
no, you know what? Fuck that shit, bro. It's all Arsenal's fault. 100%. Here we go. This whole new fucking trend with blocking the keeper, basically giving him a fucking
because we invented it.
Bro, he needs to stop.
Because we fucking invented it. Bro, you know what? It's not our fucking problem that every team is shooting from corners against United. Every team just takes shots from corners against Manchester United.
Everyone's fucking
You guys can't defend corners. It's not my fucking problem, bro.
Well, I think that's the only difference in this game is going to be. It's going to be 1 or 2 set pieces. It's going to be 1-2-0. It's going to be go home and Arsenal through to the semis.
To be honest with you, if what Vecchi's saying about Amarim playing high and wide with their 10s,
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a very tough game for us.
Do you want my honest opinion? I feel like United win because that's the only thing that we can rely on. The FA Cup.
Possibly.
If we need any sort of silverware this year, it'll have to be the FA Cup.
I don't think you're going to win any silverware, but you might beat us in the quarters.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Ange always wins a trophy in his second season.
You know what? It depends if we wear our all white kit, then we'll lose. If we wear our
the Lynx kit.
Huh?
What about the Lynx kit? You know?
No.
But it's a home game anyway.
Our all white kit is for youth knife crime in London, and we've never won a game in it. So if we wear that, we'll lose. If we wear a normal kit, we'll win.
And if they wear the Lynx one, waka.
I mean, I wish.
Do you reckon if you had your full complement of players, do you reckon you'd rotate in this fixture?
Probably.
You have to,
because you've got no one to really rotate.
Yeah, we've got no one to rotate.
It's kind of plays to our advantage.
Calafiori will come back in instead of Lewis Skelly probably, and Rice will probably play in the 6 with Marino or something. I don't know.
Another injury.
Hopefully Sterling plays. Who?
Skelly. No, sorry. Nwaneri.
Yeah, he came off at half time.
He's injured, bro.
He'll be
couple weeks, yeah.
Really?
Muscular injury.
Hamstring?
Yeah, he's injured.
I'm not sure.
Muscular injury. And look, we're gonna next week we'll do a segment about transfer talk when there's more talks about transfers, and obviously you know who the real winners are in the transfer era. That's the only thing we win these days. So it's Chelsea Football Club. So hopefully by next week we do have a few players signed, and yeah, off we go. That's about it. That's a wrap up of episode 21. Well,
we're on 21.
Yeah, bro.
Like, subscribe, guys. We are growing on YouTube. We actually gone up
slowly, it's good.
We've actually gone up to 200 subscribers.
Also,
followers.
Yeah.
Nice. Also,
200 subscribers
to the
YouTube.
fans.
Let me double check.
I'm not fucking leaving, all right? I'm not going anywhere, mate.
He's got max 2 more weeks left, and then we'll buy him out. Look, let us know if you want him out or not.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Nah, 197.
Just like the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving.
Crowdfund Riyad's buyout.
all jokes aside, if you do want to help us kick him out, I'm gonna set up a Patreon where we pay him to leave.
We'll give him $20 a week,
and we'll live stream it too.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. We're gonna do. Yeah, that's it.
Peace and corn.
Follow, like, and subscribe.
See you.
Thank you.